Hi, it's David with Oklahoma Ham Radio, the YouTube channel, and oklahomahamradio.com. Before we start, if you would like and subscribe, click that bell also so you know when I'm putting out new videos. The purpose of the last few days has been to try to build a DX Commander style antenna with the parts that I had on hand. There's some others that have done similar things, but I don't know that anybody's tried to create or post a video of them creating a, right now, 5-band DX Commander that's roughly a little over 16, probably 18 foot tall. What I do in this video, it doesn't do me much good to give you exact measurements, simply because what works for me won't necessarily work for you. There are websites out there that have estimated lengths of cable. It depends on which cable you use, your grounding system. It depends on a lot of various things. Ultimately, I go with an inverted L for 40 meters, trying to keep that antenna shorter in order to protect the antenna from weather, and also try to keep it to where it's not visible from the front of the house. Not that there's any HOA or anything, I just want to be kind to my neighbors and not have them have to look at an antenna from the front of my house or from the street. So that's this is the third in a series of videos. That's I wrap it up in this video and get things working. So stick around, check it out. If you haven't seen the other videos, go back and watch them. They're in a playlist that I have. Thanks. So right now I've got 4 elements working on the antenna as of the last video. I have 10, 12, 17, and 20 working well. What I'm going to do is move the 20 meter element over to the far left side and use the center post for that coil, see if I can't get it to work. If after I get it working as well as I can, I'll go ahead and make an inverted L and go from there. I also put the 440 or 70 centimeter antenna back on top, and you can see that I did 3D print these cable guides so that can go off the back of the antenna, go all the way up to the top, and there's the 440 on the very top. Little small antenna, hopefully it doesn't interfere. So but I'm going to move that 20 meter over to this side, adjust the 20 meter element that I have that's in the center, and make it coil loaded to try to get 40. So I did 3D print this coil. You can tell that I've tried putting it on previously and didn't really complete it. So I'm going to attach this coil. Well, I've buttoned things up, as they say in the UK, somewhat. Still just a little bit of work to do, but not much, and I'm leaving it for right now. So you can see all of the elements going on up into the sun. I also 3D printed this cap to try to keep water out of that line, and just use some waterproof tape. There's all the elements going up. 40 meter element goes across to that tree and then gets tied down to there. So what's the results? I've got a 440 on top, and I've got, let's see, 40, 20, 15, 17, and 10. I did not do 12. 12 and 10 like to fight with each other, evidently, and I'd much rather have 10 than have 12. So let me show you the result. Doing a scan here. So this is the 10 meter band, bottom is the SWR. So there are certain parts of the 10-meter band, mainly the beginning of the band, that I will not be able to get in the far end of the band. But the calling frequencies on this band are from 28.3, which is right over here, up to 29.3. That's for phone, which is what I'll be using. So 10-meter looks pretty good, or as good as I'm going to be able to get it. So let's go to 15-meter, which is 21 to 21.45. This is 15-meter. Start out at 2 to 1 SWR.
Dip below that. Now this 15-meter is coming off that 40-meter inverted L. Again, I'm scanning with 1,024 points of resolution, so it's pretty... takes a little bit of time to run through. But you can see I'm okay on 15-meter.
I can't really adjust 15-meter without adjusting 40. I could possibly bring this back, but I really want 40. So I'll show that here in a minute. Let's go to 17-meter, which is from 18.06 to 18 roughly 17.
So you'll see on 17-meter I'm actually very good. Probably 1.2 SWR pretty much across the band. 1.2 to 1, that's really good. The Smith chart's pretty darn good on this also, all the way across the band.
So I could possibly adjust that some, but that's pretty darn good. Let's go to, let's see, that was 70. Let's go to 20-meter, which starts at 14.0, I believe, and goes to 14, goes to 14.35.
So 20-meter I start out at 2 to 1 SWR. I'm lowering just a tad. So right there I'm at 1.77 SWR. And then I start coming back up, that's 1.79, 1.8. When I get over here I'm right at about 2, maybe a little above 2 to 1. Right there's 1.91. And it's right at about 2 to 1 SWR.
So now let's go to 40-meter. This is on that inverted L. I think 40-meter is 7 to 7.3 megahertz.
So I start out, 2.35 roughly. Right there I'm at 1.83, 1.66, 1.58. 1.55, 1.57.
So that's on 40. That's with that inverted L. That works pretty well for me. On my website, I do have a 3D printed parts page that has all of the pieces that I'm using to build this antenna that were 3D printed, including, let's see, spreaders for the guy ropes, the tensioners for the guy ropes, the spreaders for the elements, the guy rings for the mast, the coax guide for the coax cable going up the mast to the 440, the top cap that the 440 meter or 440 megahertz or 70 centimeter element is sitting on, and maybe a few more things out there. So go check it out, www.oklahomahamradio.com. Also, if you have any questions about any of it, please feel free to send me an email at david@oklahomahamradio.com. Additionally, if I'm doing something that's wrong or having issues and you think you can help out, feel free to leave a message, send me an email, whatever. Help me out however you can. That would be great.